Trump had his latest rally in New Jersey. And obviously all the Trumpers there were going to go over there and pay homage to the man, to their God. But here's the thing. Someone on Twitter asked a question. Now, the thing is, they're claiming that Donald Trump drew over 80,000 people at that rally. We know this is not true. And we also have heard rumors and saw a video of people actually leaving that rally. Why are we not surprised at that? I know I'm not surprised at that because that's the way this whole thing is. Even Donald Trump supporters, even some hardcore Donald Trump supporters are running away from this guy because of the silliness of this guy or the stupidity of it. From what I heard, he praised Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, Hannibal the Cannibal, a fictionalized character played brilliantly by Anthony Hopkins and then later on by Gaspard Ulland and Lars Markinson. I hope I said that name correctly. But honestly, you're praising a serial killer? And then you got poor Lawrence Taylor, who's unfortunately a sex offender. A sex offender. Not only that, this has not been a good week for the GOP and the MAGA. Donald Trump continuously makes an ass of himself in this courtroom. The court case involving Stormy Daniels. Excuse me, my throat's a little dry. I mean, and not to mention the fact you got Mary Jean Taylor Greene making an ass of herself in her failed attempt to get Mike Johnson out of the speakership. So this has not been a good weekend, a good week for the MAGA. But you got Donald Trump in New Jersey doing another rally in which he lied, and so many people out there are lying about how many people were actually there. You got poor J.D. Vance, senator from Ohio, lying about Donald Trump and how he's not anti-Semitic and how he's pro-Jewish after we've seen clips of Donald Trump and posts of Donald Trump saying that if you're Jewish and you vote for Joe Biden, there's something wrong with you. I mean, it's not a good day. But the thing I really want to talk about right now is the simple fact that someone asked a question on Twitter. How is it that that Joe Biden is not getting 81,000 people to show up at his rallies? And they, of course, they still throw that in the face, 81 million votes my ass. The number of votes that Joe Biden got that won him the 2020 election. I had to really think about that. No, actually, no, I didn't have to think about it at all. And the answers are pretty damn simple. The number one answer is that we don't need a political rally, at least us Democrats, we don't need a political rally to affirm our loyalty, if you, for lack of a better word. No, actually, I would say support for our political candidate. We need to show up in droves and hold up signs saying, "Go Joe Biden," or wherever else you see a Donald Trump rally. We don't need to wear those idiotic hats that say Biden-Harris 2024. We don't need to do any of that. Because unlike you, the MAGA, we're not brainwashed enough to say that this is our guy, we're willing to fight, we're willing to kill for him. And yes, you and the MAGA have said that. Make no mistake about it, you have said it. I can name you right now so many people who are willing to go over a cliff, literally, who have said that that's how far they're willing to go to get Donald Trump reelected. I've seen people who said that they will let Donald Trump rape, literally rape their family members just to get Donald Trump back in office. So you ask us why we're not showing up in droves for Joe Biden? Because we show up in droves like we did in 2020 at the ballot box where it matters. Joe Biden, in the 4 years that he's been president now, has never once asked us to do anything for him that would break the law. He's never asked us to go out on the streets and get ready for political violence. And Donald Trump has done that, regardless of how many people want to say to the contrary. Stand back and stand by. Remember that? Now, me personally, I don't have a bunch of political hats or anything else like that. I never did. The only time I ever bought anything with my money that was political was a bumper sticker that said Obama, Biden. I did that in 2012 because I'm not in 2012, yes, in 2008, because that was historic. For the first time in this nation's history, we had a black man who was president of the United States. That was historic. That's something to celebrate. And I did celebrate. But if you need a bumper sticker, but not even a bumper sticker. No, I didn't go overboard. I just got one bumper sticker, stick it on my bumper. That's all. I have actually seen with my own 2 eyes in the neighborhood that I live in, this silver HHR, this Chevy HHR, plastered with a lot of bumper stickers and photos and logos about Donald Trump. That's overboard. That's way too overboard. I have passed in my neighborhood, in the city where I live in. I've seen flags, the MAGA flag flying higher than the American flag. That's overboard for me. The only flag I care about in this country is right behind me, the American flag. I don't always agree with what my country does, but that's why we have the Constitution, a redress of grievances, in the First Amendment. In case all you MAGA idiots don't understand what the First Amendment is. And obviously you don't. That flag is the only flag that I fly. Actually, I shouldn't lie about that. I don't have the American flag flying in my yard, but you get what I'm trying to say. But when you start flying the MAGA flag higher than the American flag, that becomes a problem. When you keep asking me, why isn't there a political rally for Joe Biden that has 8,000 people, which is a lie, mind you. A lie. If you're talking about 8,000 people who showed up at WrestleMania, the latest WrestleMania, that's one thing. But I very much doubt, and I know for a fact, that 8,000 people didn't show up for a political rally. No. Donald Trump supporters may be crazy, but they're not that crazy. And there's not that many of them. And the second reason I think we don't show up in a political rally, especially this particular weekend, it's Mother's Day weekend. I have a lot more things to do. At the time I'm recording this, it's Mother's Day Sunday. There's a lot more I can do, and there's a lot more a lot of us in this country could do, like spending time with our mothers if they're still alive. Unfortunately, my mother lives in another city, so unfortunately I can't be there for her. I'm going to be there for her later on this year for some vacation time so I can see her, so she can see me. That's my mother. I love her to death. But that's our mindset. Joe Biden, as much as he is the president of the United States, does not rule me. He isn't the center of my universe. He will never be the center of my universe. But it seems to me that Donald Trump happens to be the center of these people's universes. Because when you ask me a question like, why aren't you at a political rally for Joe Biden? Why didn't he pull the numbers that Donald Trump is pulling? My question is to you. Why are you showing up to Joe Biden, to Donald Trump, Donald Trump rallies like it's your son's baseball game, like it's your daughter's dance recital, like you're going to your favorite football team's football game, like you're going to the Super Bowl, like you're going to the NCAA championships? You shouldn't be asking me why Joe Biden isn't pulling the numbers he's pulling for a rally. You should be asking yourself, why are you breaking your neck to go to a rally for a man who doesn't care about you, that will see you destroyed just so he can make money, who's destroying himself every time he opens his mouth? God, I am warm. I'm going to finish this up and I'm got to get myself cooled down. Here are the facts. If Joe Biden has a political rally, I'm not going to go. I'm going to vote for the man come this November, yes. Because even though he has his flaws and although he's done things wrong, at least we can negotiate with him. We can talk to him. When it comes to Donald Trump, there is no talking. It's his way or the hangman's noose. It's his way or the bullet. And that's not me talking. That's Donald Trump talking. That's Donald Trump supporters talking. At no time have I ever threatened anyone just because they're Donald Trump supporters. At no time have I ever threatened violence if Joe Biden doesn't win in this next election. I will say this, if there is violence, it's because Donald Trump will lose the election and Donald Trump will call for violence. If not Trump, then someone else in his orbit. Hell, his own son is about to join the campaign. His youngest son, who's about to graduate high school, he's joining into the fire. And he'll probably be the one calling for violence in the name of Trump. So you ask me why all of us aren't going out in droves to see Joe Biden in political rallies? The answer is, I got better things to do with my life and my time than try to pay homage to a man whom I might get a chance to shake his hand one day, maybe, if I'm lucky. But just another man. Yes, he's the president of the United States, but that's all. These people that I saw in New Jersey, that I've seen at every single political rally, they are treating Donald Trump like he's a god. And that is dangerous. Now, you've seen my videos about Donald Trump, and so many people were comparing him to Jesus Christ, comparing what he's going through with the trials, the investigations, and the prosecutions, comparing that to the sweet sacrifice of Jesus Christ. There is no comparison. I made that abundantly clear on every one of the videos I talk about with this. But when you got people out there asking me, why aren't you going to political rallies? Why aren't you going to, why isn't Joe Biden done any political rallies? Because he knows he can't pull that many people. We have more things to do than go to a political rally for anyone. Most of us have already made up our minds as who we're going to vote for in 2024, this November. Nothing Joe Biden can say will change any of that. Unless he does something really, 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 really stupid, then we'll talk. But as for Donald Trump, I don't see myself voting for him. And why don't I see myself voting for him? Because of what he's said, what he's done, what his supporters have said and done. Hell, one of these idiots actually posted a photo of me on Twitter saying that I'm a sex offender. And the joke of this is, he says I'm 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 from Texas. Thing is, I've never been to Texas before in my whole damn life, you idiot. And I've never been convicted of a sex crime. Ever. I've never done a sex crime. Ever. But that is what these people are doing. That is what Donald Trump supporters are reduced to. Something that's stupid. So you ask me why I don't go to political rallies, regardless of who the political candidate is. I didn't even go into political rallies when Obama was running for office. I wish I did. Especially that night that he won in Chicago. I wish I was there, because that was history. That was America. This crap with Donald Trump, that's not America. That's not constitutional. That's not what this country was based on, was built on. That's one man rule. That's one man rule. And damn everything else to hell in his mind. And the minds of the Trump supporters. Before I close out, I want to say one last thing. Not too long ago, I saw a couple of video clips of people asking, of Donald Trump supporters, asking, do you support Donald Trump when he says he wants to be a dictator? All of them said yes. Every Trump supporter who was asked that particular question said yes. What should that tell you? We're not just facing a political candidate. We are facing a demagogue. We're facing a wannabe Hitler, a wannabe Mussolini, a wannabe Idi Amin, a wannabe Ramses, a wannabe Osama bin Laden, if you want to go take it that far. Donald Trump is not what that flag behind me stands for. And he has made it abundantly clear that he is not. This is not me being hyperbole, and this is not me saying it. He has said it over and over and over and over again. This November, we had a chance to end all of it. Donald Trump loses, the MAGA movement dies. Now, there'll be some stragglers, there'll be some fighters, there'll be Mary Jane Taylor Greene calling for violence, and she will do that. You got Lauren Boebert who will call for violence. She'll do that. Matt Gaetz, all of them. His idiotic sons are going to probably call for violence. Do what we need to do. Do what we did in 2020. Fight with our votes. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.